partake in the service. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, because do you really want kids running around in the church and acting up when you got the cameras on the pastor? Right? Do you really want the children talking out loud and doing what children do in church sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So is it about totally about exposing? Or is it just about like, let's bring in the people so we can make sure we got good content for social media and TikTok, and we commercialize Jesus instead of leading people to Jesus?
What your thoughts, Marquel, on that?
No, I get both sides. I get both sides. I agree with both, like both and I think a big part of it has been for those who are sharing salvation. Because I think because I've even heard people say, I was talking to somebody the other day who goes to a big church. We don't got to say the name or nothing. They don't even offer salvation at the end of church. She was like, they don't offer salvation or church membership. I was like, that's interesting. So it's like, but for me growing up, as it relates to church, it seemed like it was always about getting saved, doing everything right your whole life, and making sure you can make it into heaven. Like the goal is simply to get to heaven. When in reality, it tells us in Sunday school, right, is the goal is really to take what's in heaven and get it into earth. Which I think ties into, that's why those 7 domains, those 7 mountains resonated so powerfully. So in my mind, church on Sunday or Tuesday or Wednesday, the gathering is to empower the believers and then deploy them to go out into their respective mountains. So you come in, you really get something applicable, right? Not just an emotional experience, right? But it's like you get something. And again, I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with an emotional experience, but not just that. It's like we should have some meat. So I'll give you an example. So the other day I was talking to MJ, Rower, and Ryan. And before we went to church, I was like, hey, before y'all get your iPads after church, I need to know 3 things that you got from church, right? So we had a conversation, and I was having them. I'm like, don't just share me some little bullet points you just wrote down in your notes. I'm like, I need to know what the point was that you wrote down. Explain it to me, like what you get out of it. Ain't no right or wrong, but explain it to me. Because if you can explain it to me, that means you understood it. And then number 3, tell me how you apply this to your life. And
that boy
and me and
he doing Sunday school at the house.
Not for real. Because like I was explaining to him, I'm like, the goal of us going to church is not going to church. Right? The goal of going, and it's not going and you just hear it and all this different type of stuff. The goal of going to church is to actually get something that you can apply into your life. So how do you go to church? You get something that's going to sustain you the next day, right? And then of course you do your devotional reading or whatever. But even if you don't do any of that, are you getting you some bread, right? That you can actually eat, that you can apply into your life. Like if we ain't getting that, then it's like, what is the purpose of it? If we ain't empowering the people, because now you come in there and you get empowered, and now you're like, oh, you a teacher, you working with children, you come get empowered, right? And now you can go back into the school,
right,
and do your thing. Or you work for Apple in corporate, now you can go out and do that. Or just in your home as a father, now you can be a representative of the kingdom in your home, or be a representative of the kingdom in traffic, right? Or in line at Walmart, right? Just to make it super simple.